It's Monday, and that means it's my comic collection day. That's right, our new celebrated event of the week. Again, not really keeping up with the themes, what I'm doing for today, besides hanging out with my buddy Salem down here, which you'll see just a little twinkle ears. I want to dedicate today to my boy Cheddar Comics. You can find him on Instagram or on TikTok. He always has gnarly freaking finds and sales. This is a haul I just picked up from him, so just kind of wanted to go over with it. These are some of my favorites, some things that just caught my eye. First and foremost, Fathom #1 by the late great Michael Turner. A beautifully illustrated book, fantastical story. Definitely wanted this for the PC. If you haven't read the Fathom series, it's awesome. Like I said, especially when Michael was on the pencils, because I mean, it was just gorgeous, truly gorgeous. From Image, I was big into Pat Lee before I found out he was a chooch, and he was illustrating a lot of these books, but two sides that he really drove me or pulled me into. It's unfortunate knowing he wasn't the only one behind this, and there was so much cloak and daggers and smoke and mirrors. Anyways, I liked and loved the Warlands series. I'm not really big on fantasy comics, but this one in particular, I loved. I had the original set, original collection, part of the collection that I lost a couple of years ago, as I said a couple times. My collection was stolen from a public storage unit. It's a whole fiasco, conspiracy to be quite honest. I know they were in on it, and they had a lot to do with my stuff getting jacked, but I loved it. The art was great, the story was great, and one of the only fantasy books I ever collected when I was younger. But also from him, I really was digging what he was doing with the anime, manga, Neo Tokyo crime stuff. I'm talking about Dark Minds. Dark Minds was a great crime novel series in that aspect. A lot of strong manga. Look at this. So again, on Warlands, I got the first 3 issues from Cheddar. I was able to scoop up 1 through 8 of Dark Minds. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 6, 7, 8. Apparently I can't count. But anyways, great series. Loved it. He also had some trades that caught my eye as well. This is for the 90s in me fanboy, Extreme Sacrifice. Ironically, Pat had a couple of god-awful pencils in here as he subbed in for a couple of artists, but it was terrible. Honestly, really, really terrible. And really can show you the difference between he was doing here and in Dark Minds, and really kind of solidifies that he wasn't drawing his own shit. But I always liked this. I really love what they did with Extreme Sacrifice. Prophet, standout character, Crit, fucking crazy villain. But overall, fun stuff, especially for the 90s. Like I said, it is what it is. I picked this up for fun's sake. It's a hard to find trade paperback apparently, but it collects the whole crossover event between Youngblood, Brigade, Newman, Prophet, what else? Supreme. All of them are in there. Great stuff. Great art by freaking Stephen Platt. We've also got some art from... Who else was kind of stood out from here? Honestly, just Stephen, honestly. Everyone else was kind of mid, to be quite honest, but there you go. I love the Jason Aaron run. I mean, Hulk has gone through so many phases. If you're not reading his current book, you should. I'm not collecting the singles. I'm gonna wait till we get trades. But this whole horror aspect they've talking on it. But before that, we had the Incredible Hulk with Jason Aaron writing and pencils by Mark Silvestri, as well as Willis Portacio. This collects issues 1 through 7 of that set. I've also got the second half of that miniseries, 7.1 through 15. So the whole Jason Aaron run here, great stuff, with Banner taking on a whole different persona. And also got X-Men Schism, because I like me an X-Men event, and this was when this happened. This is kind of where the split came down the middle between Cyclops and Wolverine finally, and led into some awesome books, specifically Wolverine and the X-Men with Jason Aaron and Nick Bradshaw amongst other artists. One of my favorite runs with the X titles. But it's already here. Great crossover, great art, great event, honestly. Let me know what you think about this haul down below. Hit the like, the follow, the share, the subscribes. You know the whole drill. Just do it. I'm Boring Salem, so till the next alert, my nerds, appreciate you.